But also the green tree here would be a picture, also a symbol of his righteousness. Okay? How so? There is no life without righteousness. You and I only have life because of the righteousness of Christ. Remember, the law says, obey every part of it, and you will what? Live forever. Leviticus chapter 18 and Galatians 3. Right? Right. So righteousness and innocence. And there's more that we can say about it, but okay, y'all see this here? So, verse 31, for if they do these things in a green tree, what shall be done to the dry tree? You know who the dry tree is there? Israel, national Israel. Write it down. Remember, Jesus referred to them as being like the fig tree back in Mark 11, right? Remember, he cursed the fig tree? Y'all remember that he spoke to the fig tree? It withered up, right? Because it had a bunch of leaves on it, but it had no what? No fruit means no life. That's why Jesus said, herein is my Father glorified, that you what? Bear much fruit. Fruit is a symbol of real, authentic, organic life. Religion has a form, but it has, apart from Christ, it has no life and no vitality. This is why we need Christ. We need to be implanted in the green tree. We were just saying earlier that we are taken out of wild olive trees and we're implanted into the olive tree. That green olive tree is Christ. That's Romans 11. That's another. So I think we see that here. So how do we tie this together? Israel is sitting in the grass. So the first miracle with the fish and loaves, those people were in grass. The second group of people is sitting in the dirt. Wouldn't we call the first group of people privileged? Nice, neat, tidy grass? Comfy grass? Would you rather sit in the grass or sit out in the dirt? Well, the kids like the dirt, huh? Kids want to sit in the dirt. The grass would be comfortable. This would underscore that the God of life came to Israel and they rejected him in the person of Christ, right? Israel had privileges and they had the benefits. They had the patriarchs. They had the promises. They had the covenants. They had Torah. They had the word of God. They had it all. They had Messiah, the green tree. Cut him down, didn't they? So therefore, God brought judgment upon them. Is this making sense to everybody? Right, so I wanted you to be to see the green there, and that green grass, therefore, would be a symbol of the life that many of them could have had by receiving Christ. Okay? Now the Gentiles were sitting on what? We saw that in our text, right? Go to 2 Samuel chapter 9. You and I, before salvation, are like these Decapolis Gentiles sitting in the dust. So we're going to 2 Samuel. Y'all remember, as you're going to 2 Samuel, our precious sister in the Old Testament said something very similar. I know you guys remember Sister Hannah. Y'all remember Sister Hannah? Hannah talked about me and you before salvation sitting on the dirt too. Remember 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 8? It says he raises up the poor out of the dust. Right? He raises up the poor out of the dirt and out of the dust. That's 1 Samuel 2:8. And lifts up the beggar from the dunghill, the manure pile. That's the position you and I are in before salvation. So when Christ saves us, we go from beggars and we go from being paupers to being princes. Now, if you're in 2 Samuel